Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 4 of season 2 of Arcane. Act 1 set the stage for a complete shift in the game that we have been playing up until this point. What started off initially as just a simple war between two cities has now become a chess game for a third party who is manipulating everybody to their own benefit. You know, we got little seeds of it in the first season with Ambessa coming in here, and then now she is just taking over all of it, the whole game, manipulating Caitlyn, manipulating the Undercity, manipulating all of this just to get her hands on that hex tech. You know, we got a little glimpse of this organization that is hunting her down, that seems to be pulling the strings behind whatever's been going on behind their family. Have a pretty solid idea on who's actually behind it. Again, if you stuck around into my discussion on the last video, you would have a little bit of a clue as to who I'm talking about. If you had just watched the reaction itself, what I said there, not right. But I'm excited to see what is next. We had our first little pocket, our first act, nice, concise, breaking things up. You know, Caitlyn and Vi, who were working towards being on the same page, no longer are. God, in the same episode, we got that kiss. We got what effectively seems to be a breakup alongside that as well. We're going to go ahead and move on, see what happens next, and see what is in store for us this time around. So let's get ready to hop in. If you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you're a member of the channel, get you access as well. It is a watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up the time codes to react to the entire episode. Over there, you get the same thing for all the other shows and movies that we cover on the channel. You also can suggest and vote on movies to react to each month. It's just a great way to support the channel, help us do the things we do over here. But at the end of the day, I really appreciate if you enjoy this reaction. To least leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. And with that all said out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 4, Paint the Town Blue. Here we go. Oh, well, okay. So they have started fencing off the Undercity. Oh. Damn, man. See, I don't know if these people are following Jinx or this is from the perspective of Piltover, where they're associating everybody down here as being with Jinx, or if this represents people siding with Jinx or behind Jinx, using her as a symbol to rally behind. Or it's just them painting everybody as being in alliance with her. Aww, the kid. See, there it is. Okay, never mind, there it is. We got our answer. There's that mural that's echoed in the intro. So yeah, whether she wants it or not, the Undercity is using her as like a symbol of that stands up against the top side. It's almost like the Joker in a way, the movie. You know, he just kind of was out for himself, doing his own thing, and then people took that as like this symbol of empowerment for themselves. It's like, oh, if they can do it, we can do it too. And then they create this icon. Then you got people trying to mimic that and try to capture that and taking that and making something greater out of it, which kind of once you lose control of the narrative and the story and the people take it.
I have an audience with the Masons Guild first thing in the morning.
Let me guess.
Oh.
Complaints about the Noxians.
Oh.
Their fortification requests. Again, to keep
us safe. You could call it off. Withdraw from the underground. Re-establish the council. All you have to do is give the order.
Not without Jinx. Besides, a withdrawal could lead to a worse situation than the one that...
Okay, Ambessa.
She delivered us Zorn, as she vowed. Without her, who knows how many enforcers we'd have lost.
You're our leader. The enforcers, Piltover, they follow you. I follow you.
Ladies and place. Scumbags
Oh.
and scallywags, put your hooks and paws together. In the gray corner, our undefeated champion. With claws like daggers and teeth like sharper daggers. The devilish.
Wait. Wait, what?
The challenger. The creepy. The dastardly. Scuttlebutt. Two will enter. And after that, who knows? Handlers, release your beasts.
Dude. Watch them just be like this big. And this is just a little, yeah, a little show she's putting in for the kid.
Show some effort.
Aww, that's kind of cute.
You're past your prime, champ. The only thing to do is a rematch. Return of the Titans. Vengeance. Redemption. The inexplicable release of bodily gases.
Yeah, literally everything happening around her story and her narrative is out of her control. Yeah, she's just hanging out here with this kid while everybody else is just... Aww.
Ta-da!
That's cute.
You like it? You're lucky. I didn't get to do much of this with my older sis. She was more into hitting things. I had a different name back then. You know, Powder.
Oh, wow.
I thought I was rid of her for good, but you kind of remind me of her.
This is going to be a Powder and Silco situation, isn't it?
Jinx is dead.
Oh. Interesting. So she's staying on the DL completely. Jinx is dead. I mean, Topside knows she's not. Caitlyn knows she's not. She's still hunting her all the same. But she's trying to put all that behind herself. Sorry, buddy. You are dead. Oh! Well. Oh!
How?
Wow.
In a city teeming with brilliant inventors, have we managed to unearth such unrelenting incompetence?
I mean, only 3 people even have an idea of how it works.
Take their name out of your mouth.
There it was.
We can't be certain the Order was also behind the disappearance of Jayce and Heimerdinger.
Oh. Whatever happened down there at the bottom of the gate, it teleported them somewhere. Where are they? Where did they
A
go?
moment will come, but you must be prepared.
Wow, look at this. Oh! Just off of that one look.
You have Jinx to thank for this. She is not your champion. She hides while you suffer, and yet you refuse to hand her over.
Okay, so nobody up top thinks Jinx is dead. I was wondering about that. Oh! Whoa! She's coming back with a bang! What an entrance! Oh no! It was the kid! Wow.
Jinx.
Oh no. Oh, she's gonna get dragged into it then, I guess.
You're right. It's hers. I'd recognize it anywhere.
Oh.
That's where the similarities end.
Fuck, yeah.
Count.
You think it's a copycat?
Yeah.
I think we've made them desperate for something to believe in.
You've turned her into this martyr.
Talked about this morning. You can stop.
Officer Nolan. Quite the familiar face these days. I suppose I don't need to advise you on the hazards of professional entanglement.
Nor is that the advice you rushed here to provide.
It's beyond question that the news of Jinx's return will ignite Zornite resistance. But the blade cuts both ways. There's a trail. We have her scent. I'd expected this development would encourage you.
Was it for my encouragement that your man Rictus was instigating violence?
You don't trust me.
The blade cuts both ways.
She's learning. She's learning too much from you.
If it wasn't Jinx at the checkpoint, one of them knows where she is.
Arrests
I
require
mean, that
cause.
doesn't
What greater cause is there
necessarily
than returning peace to this
mean
city?
that.
Why is peace always the justification for violence?
We've lost so many. The anger, the sorrow. I know it's tiring, but you will never rest knowing that she's out there. Or maybe I underestimated you. Maybe you have the strength I do not to forgive and trust in tomorrow. The decision is yours, Commander.
Is that something she can do at this
One
point?
of the few counselors left from the old batch, right? Never learned anything about the younger Medarda, did they?
Even when she's not here, she's all anyone talks about.
Ah, I forgot about that too, duh. Ekko, Heimerdinger, Jayce, fucking Viktor, and Mel have all just disappeared under various means.
I keep hearing about this healer down in the fissures, way out on the fringes. They say he makes miracles happen. I saw one, like nothing I'd ever seen before. Can't hurt to look, can it?
Are we talking about Singed? Or are we talking about somebody? No, she's talking about Viktor. Singed isn't even in the city. What am I talking about?
You could have warned me.
Fat chance. About what?
Your stunt at the checkpoint.
No idea what you're babbling about.
That wasn't you?
She's like, I don't know, was it? I don't think so. Or was she looking at the kid? I couldn't tell.
So I'm thinking
Not your strong suit.
would make a world of difference if you showed up. You're a symbol.
You want a symbol?
She's like, damn it, I can't even do that anymore.
Spent his whole life
Damn
trying to
you,
rally the
Caitlyn!
industry together. Stupid joke that it is, you have the chance to pull it off.
I told you I'm not interested.
Do you know how much he sacrificed to protect you? He believed in your potential.
Uh-oh.
Shouldn't have died.
That's the first time we've seen one of those
We're having a
tremors
rally tonight.
again.
Vander statue, firelights, your fans, anyone I can bring to the table.
Oh.
Stick your head in the dirt if you want.
I guess with Ekko gone too, the firelights would have been left to the wind.
Forever.
Don't trip on the way out.
I don't know how you do it, kid.
Yeah, this kid is going to end up motivating her to join the fray.
Still giving me the silent treatment, huh? Between you and Isha, I'm losing my snappy comebacks. Me, a hero. How screwed up is this place? I know Sevika's right, and I probably owe it to you on account of the murdering and all. But I got something going now, and I don't want to mess it up. Maybe that's what I was like for you. If you care so much about me playing your stupid revolution game, speak up now. Or I guess you're really gone. And there's no reason to stay here anymore.
Wow. That was a really good scene. Jesus. God, those impacts. Oh. Oh. Yeah, they've added Ekko to the mural. You say statue? Vander statue.
It's no secret we got history. Blood spilt on all sides. But we grew up on
How's
the
that
same streets.
Vendor
The same
Vi hit
scars.
up when she first got out
Like it or
last
not, We're in
season.
this mess together. Enforcers raiding our homes, Noxians down our throats, innocents getting carted off to
There,
Stillwater.
there's our boy.
We gotta choose right now whether we're gonna throw in the towel or make a stand together, not as firelights or jinxers.
Jinxers. Washed up goons. We're all one people here. It's Isha. The flare became such a symbol, man. I love it. Well, here they are. The real Jinx is gonna come in last minute and save the day. Or Singe brought a little present. Either one. Wow, this kid is fucking brave. Jeez. He cut his hand, he's summoning the beast. Oh, let's go! Let's fucking go! Oh, the scent, the tracking, it's gonna kick in. No, go back.
I'm back.
Damn it.
Time to find out who's the new Pebbleweight. Isha? I get it. We're playing that game, are we? Isha?
They got her.
What?
She came to the rally. Topside raided the place. Took everyone.
Uh-oh. 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 No! It's coming back like a flood. Because she's afraid of losing another person close to her again. Oh, the eyes. They lit up. Oh no. Oh no. Now I'm worried for all these people.
I'll tell you a secret. We won't be staying long.
Oh! Yo! He's a coming. Follow that trail.
Don't suppose you can swim, huh, Lefty? Well, only leaves the fun option.
I'm gonna hate this, aren't I?
My reaction exactly.
It's me, your vile villainess, the author of your nightmares, the dread of your...
Wait, what? No, you gotta know.
Jinx?
Yeah, never heard that before.
You're not gonna haul me in?
Claim the prize, be the big hero?
You expect me to believe Jinx, the master criminal, wears pants like that?
What's wrong with my pants?
You
Yeah.
look like a half-eaten circus tent.
I mean, she's not wrong. That was hilarious. Ah! Aren't you a little short to be an enforcer? Oh, what the fuck? Relax, dude. A little smiling face isn't gonna send a red flag your way, man. Like, really?
I gave her a choice between this and a swim in the harbor.
Uh-oh.
Cell block C. Carry on, officer.
Yes, sir. Move it.
Oh, he's made it, or at least he's getting closer. Nice. Hell yeah. Oh, we're just letting everybody out. Everybody that was taken in. We got a little surprise guest still on the way, though.
Here I am, your big fat hero.
Wow. Aww. You know, she's never had anybody believing in her. This is like a foreign feeling to her at this point, not something she had when she was, since she was still powder. Wait, where is Isha? Oh, she probably is wherever Singed is at the moment. Which I thought they would have both, they were in that card. I figured they would have already been here. Unless they're on, that, oh no. All right, let's go. Let's go, let's fucking go. Fuck! Damn it. I want to get a good look at it. Okay. She was back here.
You're late for Stinkma's great comeuppance.
She's got a little powder of her own now. That's what I was saying, man. She's stepping into Silco's shoes as a parent, at least. Hey, buddy, your little pet's on his way. Oh, he's like, nope. Better to have this gate shut right now. Oh, if it's already down here, what did it do to Ambessa? Oh. Wow. The wolf is out of the cage! This fucking music, though. God, it looks so wicked.
Really are a big fat hero.
Aww. Ooh. Yo. Yo. Jinx versus Warwick, man. Oh my God. God, I love the way she moves. Singed, call your boy off. It's gonna stop.
Smile.
Yeah. Yep. 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 I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. We are right. We were right. We were right. Fuck though. God. Is it worth it to be right in the end? Because that was heartbreaking as all hell, dude. If there was any doubt either, it is confirmed in the cast listing. Damn. We were speculating ever since that reveal. Ever since that reveal, what Singed has been working on and who he's been working on. And we got it right there. Rock solid. Vander is alive. And I think that's why he chose to make that statement at Vander's statue, at that rally, why he was there. He probably knew they were going to get jumped, probably going to get swept up, and this is going to be his way. Maybe this is like his way of, his twisted, roundabout way of, I don't know, either he's acting on his own, maybe he's still fulfilling Silco's wishes in some way, or this is his way of making up for what he had done. You know, his experiments that led Vander to taking that serum, to getting jacked up, and then dying in the end. He did what he could to save him, and that was turning him into this creature, into Warwick. Oh my god, dude. What a fucking reveal. I mean, I wonder how many people wasn't suspecting this at all. You know, it wasn't even like the Vander aspect of it. That was still pure speculation. You know, there was evidence of it all throughout. You know, I was just waiting to see the champion Warwick in action. The vicious hunter, the wolf. You know, getting that blood scent on somebody and then getting that tracking sensation, following their trail, and then getting the prowl on and just slaughtering them down. That's what I was waiting on. At the end of the day, too, there was a lot of, that was the guarantee. The guarantee was we were setting Warwick up. The thing that was, at least on my end, pure speculation was that was how we get Vander back. Well, back with some big ass quotation marks. And that was something I was kind of gearing up for a hot minute, is that was going to be the reveal, you know, after everything was said and done. And yeah, right there. You know, he couldn't tell in the moment. Obviously, so much time had passed. He was also in a bloodlust. All the experimentation that has been done after all of this time from Singed, all these years that it has been as well. He wouldn't recognize her. On top of that, his mind was a little distracted, to say the least. But when he got up close and personal, and it wasn't even like her initially. He recognized the gadget. He recognized first the grenade in her hand. Then he looked down and he really looked, and she started flickering towards the version of her that he remembered, man. That was beautiful. And it snapped him out of this bloodlust. So I really do want to know what Singed's whole plan was here. Just a test run? I wouldn't put it past him, you know, with the way he treated that creature to create the shimmer. I wouldn't put it past him for this to be purely a could he situation rather than should he, or any kind of moral aspect behind it. Again, maybe I'm hoping for the better in people, for him to be doing this in some way this is a sick and twisted way to kind of get your redemption, you know. I'm leaning more towards at this point that it's more likely the scientist in him kind of poked and prodded with this primo specimen that he's testing out right now. And like I said, bringing Vander to this rally at his own statue is just poetic. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of fun. But I don't know how many of their own he slaughtered on his way in there, you know, because it looked like there was some mangled ass Jinxers that Jinx had literally just helped release after all of that, on top of all the enforcers that he plowed through to get there. God knows how many prisoners were even in the transport that he was hiding in before he arrived to get to plow through Ambessa. And what happened there? What state, what condition is Ambessa in at this moment? I don't think she'd be taken out just like that. She may be unconscious. His goal may have just been getting to the source of the blood. Anything between him and the target was just going to be met with whatever he needs to get through to where he's going. So who knows? But what a reveal. What a reveal. This is going to be one of those moments where I feel like I need to go watch other people's reactions to it, because I feel like this would probably have hit even harder if I wasn't prepared for it, you know? I mean, it hit. It still really hit, but I'm like, I feel like I should be weeping, but I was more like hyped up that I was right. That all of those speculations turned out to be true. That I feel like it did rob me a little bit of the emotionality of it. That said, though, what a fascinating arc for Jinx. I hesitate even calling her Jinx right now. Even she seems to be a little confused, because like when she's hanging out here with Isha down in her little thing, it's almost like where she found this relationship, this bond that takes her back to being, a sister, because she was talking to her about her own relationship with her own big sister and all this kind of stuff, and how it almost grounds her, because since we've been here, since she's been alone, since she's not had these fears, since she hasn't been in the field with Silco out of the picture, with Vi out of the picture, Jinx had some silence. We saw one freak out in the alleyway when Caitlyn and the gang came down and raided the little arcade. And it wasn't even like a freak out like she had in previous episodes, like we saw in this episode. It was just her emotional and letting out that frustration, anger, sadness, that pain, all of that guttural, primal scream in the alley, but no fritzing. There was none of the voices in her head. There was none of the hallucinations. There was no dead people popping out and whispering in her ears. None of that. To me, like up until this point, is because after she made that decision, after she shot Silco, after she shot that rocket at the council tower, that's when she accepted who she was. And I think a lot of that was happening in her mind because she hadn't really settled into who she is. She was still fighting this duality, the guilt of her past, of Powder, of these relationships. She had accepted her position and where she was and everything that led her to this point. Now, with this kind of doubt reinstilled in her mind, now she's being pulled between what is out there and what she's doing down here. This little, like, everything between them is fine. She's in control. She's even happy, given to share in this relationship. Like, again, it echoes what I feel like the relationship between Powder and Silco did for Silco. Like, it dulled his fangs almost. He was all for war and all. That's what he was gearing up for in Act 1 of Season 1. He's like, okay, we have the military might, we have the means, we have the shimmer, we have the things, but he didn't proceed. He didn't act like he had been planning to. And then he has that conversation with Vander's statue about what having a daughter does to you. Is there something so undoing as a daughter, or whatever the line was? She's kind of got a child that's doing this for her, that is kind of giving her a new perspective, that is shifting her around, kind of continuing the cycle almost in a different way. And I love seeing that. And it's what motivated her to go out. It wasn't to be a hero. Like, she utilized that in these moments where it was necessary, but the goal was to get her sister back, to get Isha back, who believes in Jinx, who is looked up to her. Again, like everybody else, has created this idea of Jinx. She's the one that took out the council members. She's the one that shot that rocket. Very small amount of people know she killed Silco, but she's taken on this image of being this person that is pushing up against the oppression and the oppressors. Again, after that act, after these things, after things continue to escalate, the top side is just making themselves uglier and uglier by putting up these gates, interrogating everybody coming and going. It's what Jayce was trying very hard to avoid in Season 1. Because this very same thing, these checkpoints, was what they had talked about before. They put up like a barricade or what do you call it? It wasn't like a checkpoint. They did lock off the city for a moment. There was a period where they kind of did it, but it wasn't quite like this. I think there was like zero passage. But this was something they had talked about before, but never really strictly implemented. And now with Jayce, Viktor, Ekko, Heimerdinger, everybody, Mel, all the people of the old guard kind of just in the wind while the rest are dead, and the only one left literally is this guy in the wheelchair that has been scheming with Ambessa. This has just become Ambessa's state now. Like it's just her and Caitlyn, somebody she put in charge, someone who she's been using their emotions to manipulate. Thankfully, though, I liked seeing this in this episode was that Caitlyn, even if she was, I think, pushing the boundaries in the previous act, obviously the loss of her mother was very fresh, very recent. Her emotions very ripe and raw. She very much so wasn't the level-headed, calculated Kate that we are used to, or even the empathetic one. She had lost a lot of that empathy, blinded by that hunger. And that's kind of dulled over the time that has passed a little bit. She's come down, it's settled. She's not healed, clearly. She's still hunting Jinx, but she's able to think again, almost, it seems like. You know, Vi's disappeared. She's now shacked up with Maddie. That was a stab to the heart to see. Because also kind of going back to her, what do you want to call it? Not coronation, but her being placed in charge of the military state. You know, the reactions from, I don't even know the other dude's name. We know Maddie, but the guy, the drunkard who was hanging out with Vi, you know, their reactions to what was happening there were so stark. Maddie was just getting into it. She was like, yeah. And he was like disgusted by it. He walked out. He also observed the tension in her hands, to know like that she's really wrestling with a lot of things that he's not comfortable with. So like even him abandoning that team and disappearing, you know, we haven't seen him since the time skip. It's just interesting to see how everybody's reacting to this. But anyway, the point being is that after this time has passed, like she's still very much so, we got to get this done. I don't like what we're doing. I don't like any of it. You know, I don't like what your guys are doing at our checkpoints either. Rictus roughing people up willy-nilly like that. She doesn't like that at all. And she's still hanging on to some semblance of the hope she used to have, which at least keeps her counter and contrasting with Ambessa. She's able to at least think on her terms. And I think at least at this point, she's able to meet her in the same court. You know, they're seeing eye to eye in a way that when Ambessa's, you know, pulling at the strings a little bit, Caitlyn's able to give resistance and even pull back in her own ways. So I'm wondering if like Caitlyn, a little bit of her will be able to get into Ambessa, as she said. It was like, maybe you're still somehow hanging on that hope for tomorrow. She almost laments not having that feeling herself. So maybe where this started off as this play to use Caitlyn as a pawn, maybe this will work in the opposite and end up Caitlyn might be able to weasel into Ambessa a little bit. Because it does seem like Caitlyn has softened up. We didn't get a lot of Caitlyn this episode, but what we did get, it does seem like she is her emotions have leveled out a little bit more than where they were. And that just comes with time. Like Vi said, you know, we never fill the hole, it just gets smaller with time. So I find that kind of interesting. Again, I kind of got majorly sidetracked, but Jinx reluctantly kind of, in a way, being forced into this revolution purely because of her attachment to this kid that she's taken under her wing, this person that she kind of sees herself in. You know, she sees Powder, and that's where the fritzing started coming back, was when she was acknowledging Powder again. You know, she started to talk about these things, and then here came the fear of loss, of did she just make a mistake? What is happening? What do I do next? You know, all these doubts started bubbling when Isha's out there parading and masquerading as her. Now she's like, oh no, I'm about to lose the only person that I have at the point. She's had no motivation to go up top until she went after Isha. And it was all those emotions started bubbling to the surface. And we saw for the first time since the moment back at their little base, back in season 1 in the finale, this is the first time we'd see her dissociate and fracture because of all of these fears, doubts, and complications being reignited now that she's fearing for this kid. And then she goes up, she makes the decision to go after her, uses this ideology to her benefit where needed. And then for the first time, when she releases these people, she's like, ha, here I am, your hero. And then she sees face to face these people that have developed this belief around her, these people that are holding her up on this pedestal. To have people look at her like that and feel like this for her, you can see her, like, that bravado almost, that performance completely melt away. And she kind of almost became Powder, because it's like all the validation Powder ever really wanted. Vi would give it to her, but there was always a hesitance out of protection. There was validation she was always seeking that she only eventually got from Silco. And now she's got this following of people who genuinely believe in her. Whether what they believe is true or not, it's not really the point. It's the feeling that matters. Them passing her, those looks that they shared as they were walking past, and everybody just kind of touching her shoulder and easing past her, thanking her in their own way. It was this validation she's never had. And then she stands her ground against this creature in the end to help get Sevika and Isha out of there. It's just interesting to watch her character evolve to become this leader in a way. Reluctantly, but that seems to be the trajectory that she's on. Much like with Silco having his life, his aims, his goals completely upended, where he was kind of deterred from revolution because he now had a daughter, and then that allowed him to empathize with Vander's inaction against the top side, because it was to make sure that his kids never saw that terror, saw that pain. But now we're on the other side of that inaction, and now Powder, who was disinterested in any of that. The only thing she did was really to get kind of praise and acknowledgement from Silco, like when she would just randomly attack the top side to get that Hextech gemstone. That was to make him happy. That was to further that end. It wasn't for his goal. But now it's almost as if she's kind of tripped into it, or he had kind of held off on the revolution aspect of it, which is why he, was going to try to negotiate to make Zaun independent, so that wouldn't be necessary until they asked for Jinx, and he wasn't. That's where he drew the line. But now we're at a similar turning point with Jinx here and this kid, and then all these people, and this kid just looks up to her, and again, it's just like this idea of like it's not who she is. Like, none of it is the story they believe, but it's become this thing that is completely outside of her control. The narrative is completely lost, like, to her at this point. This person willing to stand up and fight against the people that have been pressing them all their lives. That's all they see. They don't know Jinx. They don't know the turmoil. They don't know the struggle. They don't know the murders. And maybe they even know the murders, but it is against the oppressors. It is against the topsiders. So there's a way to distance yourself from the criminal aspect of it. So in your mind, it's to them, it's just, oh, she's striking back at the man, And even though we know the truth, that's not the story that they're believing. And we got people dyeing their hair. We got people rallying. We got murals getting painted. We got this kid who is helping her along the way because she sees these wanted posters, because she's become like this hero, almost this vigilante, this Batman figure. I love a reluctant hero story too, especially she's just like such a tragic character in general, and like it's just, I don't know, it's just fun seeing this story evolve and these characters evolve and also swap places with their own mentors, and when they step into the mentor role, what happens next? What decisions are they going to make? How are they going to either continue to propagate the issues that have always existed, or how are they going to stand tall and counter the issues that they've been faced with all their lives? It's like she's being handed this really interesting turning point, and almost a second chance at life. It's almost as if yet again, for a second time now, she's been killed and reborn. I don't know. I'm interested to see where this is going to go. Like, the revolution is inevitable at this point, and Ambessa has made sure of that. Also, this entire episode, no sign of Vi at all, which is kind of par for the course when we ended Act 1 last time, too. It took us a minute to check in with her. I imagine we're going to check up with her based on what we saw in the original trailer, where we see her in those underground fights, like all gothed up with their like crow makeup, fighting in these like little Coliseum matches. I'm sure she's, you know, rather than going to prison like she did in the last one between acts, she's probably just left the enforcers, went down here, and she's just taking out her frustrations physically, giving a beating, getting a beating, just living in that physical pain, just to numb all of her other emotions. That's my guess, just from the little glimpses of the trailer we got. I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a lot of complicated stuff that this show just loves to deal with, and I love what they're doing. I love what they're doing. Because like Jinx, at the end of the day, they didn't want, you know, power. They didn't want to conquer. They didn't want all these things. At the end of the day, she just wanted validation, recognition for her ingenuity, for her skills, for who she is. And, you know, that's what she got from Silco for a long time. Even when she would mess up, it would really eat at her, because that dives into the situations, the issues she had as Powder. Like, she was always seeking like that validation, that approval, whether it be her gadgets or the contributions she makes to their individual causes. She was always being met with like one step forward, two steps back sort of thing. You know, Vi, Silco would give her a mission, you know, vouch for her. Something would go wrong. She'd take the blame for it and eat shit from everybody else around them. But Vi and Silco would continue to keep pushing. So she would escalate and try to just get that recognition back however she could. You know, with Vi, it was coming to save the day with the gems, even though she was told not to, and that resulted in the death of everybody. And then like with Silco, when she went up top and murdered all those enforcers to get her hands on some of the Hextech documents and knowledge so she can try to replicate that for herself. You know, he was pissed. He was furious even, but that worked out in the end. She just wants to be useful. She just wants to be loved. She just wants to be cared for and acknowledged. So it's interesting seeing her wrestle with what is happening now, because now she's got this kid that looks up to her, where she had this kind of contentment, this back and forth where she was keeping her locked in, and then now it's this wave of acknowledgement where it's just this sea of people. Even though it's for a reason wholly misunderstood, it's still what she's always been wanting. I'm very interested in seeing how she's going to roll with this after after what just happened. It's a really interesting spot that we're in. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to you. What did you guys think? How do you feel? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you're a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before you go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Benny Sherritt, York Scott, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey L, Jake Cottrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, Russell Crockett, and Watchtower. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. But that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.